Hello and welcome back to another 100 Days of Making Comics with me, Zabethy. Today is day 61. So today's video is me doing some more of the pages. I have moved on to 2 more pages, though they're both full length. I don't know how I feel about this. I know that I wanted to do more paneling, but the illustrator in me really loves doing just like really long spread pages, especially if it's like a lot of scenery. So that's some of what you get today. I figure the second page is a little bit more like kind of like 2 panels because it shows above ground and below ground. And you have to keep in mind that all of these pages that I'm doing in this fashion, they're not completed, they're not by any means detailed or as detailed as they will be. These are essentially my secondary roughs. So I have my thumbnails and then these are my roughs. So basically, the detail is going to be added in pen in a little bit, and I will probably end up swatching some hue values in on top of that, though I'm not 100% sure how I want to do that this time. Last time I found it helpful, but not as helpful as I wished it could be because the way that the ink dries on the 2 different papers makes it difficult to read. And by that I mean, if I do it on cartridge paper, it actually dries darker than if I do it on the Bristol board or on watercolor paper. I also think for this one I am going to use watercolor paper because if I have to deal with the weird cooling and the weird way that the watered medium takes to the Bristol board I have, I'm going to probably go a little bit crazy. It's warping way more than it should, and sometimes it's even peeling a little bit. And I know that has a little bit to do with my technique, but it has very likely a lot to do with the way that the paper is made and the quality of the paper. Yesterday I got a comment from Van Illustration that says, "Whoa, you're ambidextrous? That's rad. Do you switch hands just on a whim, or do each hands have a specialty?" How do I answer this? So I was born left-handed. I'm predominantly left-handed. However, when I was a young child, I was forced to use my right hand, and by young child, I think I was in 1st grade because I had a teacher that really hated people using their left hand, which I would have thought died out a long time ago. I used to come home with pencil marks in my fingers. My mom got very angry about that and yelled at the teacher, and eventually it was like dropped. But I continued using my right hand mostly out of fear. My handwriting is quite atrocious, I'm sorry, but I feel like part of that is due to this. I can write with both my left and my right hand, and with both my left and my right hand I can produce art. I tend to opt for my right hand for making art, however, because I find that I drag my left hand a little bit more and I don't want it to go through the ink or the graphite or whatever I'm using and smudge on the paper. Because of this, when I'm using digital medium, when I'm using my tablet or my Cintiq, which I guess is technically another tablet, I will use my left hand more often. I use my right hand when it comes to my mouse, and when I eat, I use my left hand. So I don't know if either of them have a specialty. Sometimes I switch hands on whims, sometimes I switch hands because the other hand is cramping or it hurts or whatever. But mostly I switch hands because it feels right. So I guess, yeah, on a whim. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, comment down below, maybe even subscribe. I hope you're having a wonderful day, night, or morning, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.